Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the beginning of April. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of you who sent me your condolences and best wishes regarding the passing of my mother-in-law. I very much appreciate each and every one of you. I can't even tell you. So let's get into your messages. We're going to be starting off with career/money, any sort of financial situation you might be in, and then we're going to go into relationship. And I'm going to timestamp for relationship below. So if you don't want to stick around for the career/money part, you don't have to. Just check down there and just pop forward to that. Now this could have to do with a career that you're in, that you want to get into, some sort of lawsuit that you have cooking, any sort of inheritance, insurance payout, investment, anything that would have to do with money coming to you, either through the work that you do or through other people. Okay, so let's get right into this. So the main thing that we'd want to talk about this week is on the 3rd or 4th, depending on where it is that you live, Mercury is going to be entering into Aries, and that's going to be happening in your 9th house. So that 9th house has to do with negotiations and marketing and advertising and higher learning, higher education. It has to learn to do with travel, foreign land, foreign cultures. So there's a lot of focus there because Mercury is in Aries in there, but so is the Sun, and so is Venus, which is a money planet, and so is Chiron, which is all about healing. So there's a lot of energy going on for you, Leo, in that 9th house. So I'm going to separate them out. So let's just talk about like what's going to be happening, right? Having to do with, that's the different ways that that 9th house energy could be impacting you. But we also have to, remember right now, I've been talking about it for a bit. You have Uranus and Taurus in your 10th house. So Uranus is all about shocking surprises and changes, and Taurus has to do with money. It has to do with what matters to you, value. 10th house is the house of career, public reputation, your standing in the world. We have to pay attention to this in conjunction with Mars and the North Node in Gemini in your 11th house of goals and gains. What does all this mean? To me, this all means that you're going in a very good direction when it comes to something financial that you have going on. If you have to negotiate anything, if you have to work something out, I'm not going to say it's going to be completely easy peasy, because you do have this 9th house is going to be squaring your 12th house of your subconscious, where you're really feeling about everything, and also your 6th house of day-to-day work environment. So there can be some inherent tensions in the negotiations, but I see it going really well. I like that we have this energy is going to be sextiling your 11th house of goals and gains. I like it. It's going to be trining your 1st house of self. It's going to be trining also this 5th house of creativity and entrepreneurial efforts, and anything that you love to do, and then you end up making money at it. So overall, I do think that while there are going to be some tensions experienced, it's seemingly from an astrological perspective, it looks like it's going to go well. So let's get into the cards. We have King of Wands starting out here. So King of Wands really is about being a free spirit, right? Really tapping into that element of creativity, which is, I like that this heavy party going on in your 9th house is going to be trining this 5th house of creativity. So this is just a good time for you to express your ideas, go after what it is that you want. Don't allow the idea of perfectionism to get in your way, either you not being perfect enough or a situation not being completely maybe what you had in your mind initially. Just be a little careful of that, because what you don't want to do is and this is coming into this energy, I feel like you might have been turning away situations or not really giving an idea enough thought or enough consideration, enough weight, I guess, because you're like, no, that would never work, or I can't see that working out to my benefit, or something like that is how I'm feeling that's what's going on. Right now, the situation is we have the 8 of Swords, and that's working with the Queen of Cups energy. The 8 of Swords is about feeling very trapped in something, thinking things are likely never going to improve, right? And this is very self-imposed limitations, a very psychological energy. It's this psychologically feeling trapped, right? All of these things, right? And this can create a challenge, in your concentration, because You truly feel like you just don't belong in a particular situation anymore, right? And you're going to need a lot of determination to pull yourself out of something, even if it means swallowing your pride for a minute. I can't remember the saying that it entered my head, and as quick as it came in, it left. But something may not seem fabulous at first, but it's a necessary step to a better, greater, larger picture, if that makes sense. So we have this working with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a Gemini. In astrology, it's Gemini and Cancer. So it's having that conversation about what it is that you need to feel grounded, rooted, and safe and secure, right? I mean, it really is being very honest about what's needed to make something work. And so here you are. So this is a difficult kind of little snafu-y sort of energy, for lack of a better term, because something is happening, right? Something very karmic with that Mars and North Node in Gemini, triggering your 11th house of goals and where it is that you see yourself going, where you feel yourself going. You're in this space where you feel like you don't belong fully in the life that you're in right now, but at the same time, you're not totally clear on what the answer is on the other side of everything. So I do feel like you're almost like, it's like you're crossing the street and like you have to stop to tie your shoe or something. You know what I mean? You're not over there, but you're not back here yet. You're definitely, there's a lot of change going on here. I love that we have these two very powerful energies as the crowning and the foundation. Ace of Cups, very nice. The Ace of Cups is an excellent fertility energy. This is great for growth. This is great for things working out. This is about something that you've been working very hard on, right? That matters to you, ends up coming to fruition. And whatever that means, getting that job, finalizing that lawsuit, finalizing something or beginning something, right? Having the gumption to begin something. Because this could be the beginning of the end of something, or just the beginning of something straight out of the gate, but in a good way. And we have the 10 of Coins here as the foundation. 10 of Coins has to do with family and maturity. So this could have to do with a family business, or you just being very focused on resources for a family situation. But this could also be about maturing your finances, deepening of a commitment to a career or to a cause that's bringing you money. But this could also have to do with property and legacy. Literally, if this is like an inheritance situation. Also sharing. And what I mean by that is, like, maybe you want to purchase a home. That would fall under the purview of this, right? Because that has to do with money. Maybe you're getting help from a family member, or some family member is coming in to help you out, maybe set up a business, or you're going to go into business with a family member, something like that. But there's change here, which is nice. Now, you right now, look at you. Fabulous. I mean, you got yourself. Who doesn't love to get themselves here, right? Sun is a beautiful energy. The sun is your ruler. In numerology, this is connected to the Wheel of Fortune, guys, which is indicating to me that this is a turning point. This is about success. And especially if you've been having a hard time, especially if somebody in your life has been sick, if they were experiencing any kind of illness, things coming to a head where either they get better or they finally find peace in passing, but everything that you need to create, you have, right? There's a level of peace, a level of illumination, right? Something being really, really good for you. Really nice. It's a good energy, especially for career success. And whatever is going to be happening right now for you in this area having to do with money, this does indicate like success. For some of you, a position through which you can make more money. So, and it's you getting this deserved acknowledgement that it is that you want. So I really like this energy on a number of fronts. But to have the sun and then the judgment is an external energy that's impacting you. So this could be acknowledgement for your successes coming in, finances improving. This is a turning point energy, though, for sure, right? And it's about recognizing that something needs to end. There's some sort of event, right? This judgment energy is Pluto. Pluto rules Scorpio, which is about death and rebirth. So it's the ending of something so that something new could come in. So something outside of you, Leo, has ended, and that ending is going to incite a new, beautiful beginning for you. But the judgment is not easy, right? It's certainly never easy, because it's always about this need to let go of the past after assessing a situation. So it's this need to let go, energetically letting go of something. But you're having a hard time. 5 of Cups is not easy. This is loss and leaving and sadness, and this can be some kind of situation, right? A job. This could be a family member. This could be a marriage, a relationship, something like that, that ended before you felt really ready for it, right? But you are going to be able to deal with it and move on and assimilate your stress and your sadness in a new way. You're going to be able to do that, right? But this is a challenge for you. It just really is. Because there is going to be this element, you're going to be feeling it. There is going to be this moving on. There is going to be this forgiveness. There is going to be this hope returning, this element of recovery that you might not be feeling right now, but it's coming. It's on the other side of this. And this is a very psychological card. It's very psychological. Now we have the Fabulous Fool. This is a great energy. I love this. This is a Uranus energy. Beautiful. It's Uranus. It's Aquarius, right? Uranus rules Aquarius, right? But it's all about doing something different, something new. So this is a new path, a new opportunity, or a new approach in your current position. But again, it could mean a whole new career or enterprise. You want to make sure that you prioritize your responsibilities so that you can move ahead pretty smoothly. I do have to say also, because Uranus is involved in this energy, could have to do with something having to do with technology. But it's a new path. This is like new. A door has closed. This is a new chapter. We have the Hierophant energy. Because this has to do with money, I could say maybe your finances are going to be changing, maybe because you're getting married or because of a situation within your marriage. Is going to be some sort of impact there. I have to say that. But the Hierophant, when it comes to career and money, it's about progressing forward in your work, in your decisions, in your direction. It's moving forward. So you can be, or you can be dealing with somebody who is just very motivating and very inspirational for you right now, who's just very helpful for you right now on your path. And there's just this very it makes sense to me. I just wanted to say, like, this destiny-driven energy, which makes sense, right? Because you have the Mars in the North Node in Gemini in that 11th house of, where do you see yourself in 5 years, right? There's a lot of destiny at play here. Typically, when the North Node transits a particular house, what it does is it indicates that there's typically a person or a situation is going to be crossing you that is very destiny driven. It's meant to happen. It's like, it's already written. Everything is happening just as it should be for you. So if you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling like either closed out or like very annoyed by a certain situation, like, it's going to get better. We have Leo, we got you. 3rd house of communication. This is Gemini's home. So this has to do with family, extended, any sort of like siblings, family, your neighborhood, but it also has to do with learning, doing business, signing on the dotted line, doing business as. And then look at this, we get the South Node. South Node works with the North Node. You can't have one without the other, right? You can't have one without the other. So the fact that the North Node right now is in your 11th house, that means that the South Node right now is in your 5th house. And that 5th house has to do with your creativity, has to do with, again, it has to do with falling in love as well. I mean, it has to do with children. It has to do with a lot of things, but it is the energy of creativity in the entrepreneurial house. So, and Leo, right? So the South Node right now is in the 5th house, which Leo, you get Leo here, is the landlord of. And it's ruled by what? It's ruled by the sun. I mean, this is very, very beautiful, beautiful reading. Even if you guys are not feeling it just yet, what do we have here? Numinous, mystery, the unknown, the unknowable, psychic energy. Yes, shadow work. Yes, this is what I feel like. A lot of you guys are just going to be very tuned in, knowing exactly what you have to do. And then we have semi-sextile, allowing, encouraging, seeing the potential in something, giving hope to something. Really nice. Understanding the cycle of whatever it is that you're in right now, recognizing that there's a cycle ending and that this is a new one beginning. So looks good for work, money, situation having to do with finances, however, whatever we want to call it. Okay, let's get into relationship. I'll pull a Celtic cross spread for you, and then an energy that you're dealing with, okay? Good old star, meant to be with somebody. Oh, Leo, you're being very practical. You're going through a lot of changes, Leo. Yes. Okay. Lots of changes. No doubt about it. In relationship, talk about that in a second. So King of Swords, focusing totally on the mental, not allowing the emotions to get in the way, taking charge of your situation. You're coming into this energy, feeling this in the beginning of April. Right? The King of Swords is very, relies on logic. Just relying on logic and not allowing the heart to come in and rule the show. We have the Seven of Pentacles, putting a lot of hard work into relationship, being there, being ready to put in all the hard work, and you honestly believing that it's going to pay off. Situation right now. You're very open to putting the work into a relationship. Whether you're single, whether you're coupled, you're very ready to work. Now we have the star energy crossing this. So the star is having to do with relationship. It does indicate that you're destined to be with somebody. Now, if you're single, it's time to find a soulmate. This does indicate other relationships in your life are calm. But this is also you recognizing that there's somebody, either it's time for you to find a soulmate, or you feel like just very in your soul that you belong with a particular person. There's like one person that you feel like, for whatever reason, you feel like you're supposed to be with them. Now we have the crowning energies, the Page of Swords. So this is some sort of information coming into you. Now it could be coming into you via any avenue, right? It could be from other people, something that you read online, but some sort of information coming into you that's going to give you some sort of perspective on something regarding this relationship, and you being in the space of really relying on your intelligence, right? With the page with the Page of Swords energy. For sure. Now, if you're dealing with a person like this, you may be dealing with somebody who can be kind of insensitive and rather forthright with their words, but it is ultimately not a bad person. They're not a bad person at all. But they're just kind of very direct. You know what I mean? Very direct like that. So you may be dealing with that. But I do see this realization coming in. With the Page of Swords, there's always this new... For some of you, it could be an epiphany. For some of you, it's just going to be this new information comes to you regarding somebody. So we have the Chariot energy as the foundation. So Chariot is an interesting energy. It's connected to Cancer, actually. Which is about moving from, something that is toxic to something that's more of like a metaphorical home space, right? Leaving something behind. It's a good energy, right? It's in astrology, it's connected to the Cancer energy, but in numerology, it's connected to the Tower, and the Tower is this coming down of the way something was functioning, because the way it was working was not working, in a healthy way. right? And so it's recognizing this, and this incites swift progress and change of being very determined, very determined. So this does indicate a relationship situation being expedited, right? So if the surrounding cards, I'm going to pull a couple, are positive, then you're going to be moving away from negativity towards positive. But if the cards that come up are challenging or considered negative, then the relationship is likely ending because it's not ultimately good for you. So let's see what we're going to get. I'm going to pull 2 cards for clarification here. My gosh, I'm just throwing all the cards off the table. 6 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. So the 6 of Cups is nostalgia, harmony. This has to do with the past and reconciling, reconnecting with somebody from the past. Also the need to find the right balance in the relationship. So if you feel like you've been, suffering some sort of mistreatment, things being remedied here. But for some of you, this is going to be either tapping into a more innocent time within your relationship, or for others of you, this can certainly indicate reconciling with somebody in a very positive way, because the 4 of Wands is certainly very positive. Now, this could be either a new partner or somebody that you're reconnecting with, opening their heart, expressing their feelings and affection. Very strong foundation energy. Strong foundation energy. Very interesting. But I see things just sort of changing. Like the dynamic of how the relationship works is just going to be different, because this is in your possession. This is you. Tower is all about necessary surrender from a situation, right? And it really is letting go of past patterns of relating and just not allowing that to happen anymore. Now, I do have to say, for some of you, you may be feeling this crazy, intense, physical or even spiritual, could be even spiritual attraction to someone that ends up having a really profound impact on living your life as you normally do. So, and I think if you are feeling it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you don't need any additional explanation. So some of you are going to resonate with it like that. Others of you are just going to be just completely changing the way you work relationship. Really, like we're just recognizing the good old-fashioned saying, if you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got, and realizing that you need to change. You need to change your perspective. And, but the big question is, can you do it? I don't know. I don't know what else is transiting your chart. We have the Lovers as an external energy that's influencing you here. The Lovers is all about choice. And in relationship, first of all, if you're just totally focused on bringing healthy relationship to yourself, I have to tell you, I really like this. Some of you may be, again, going back to somebody that you were with in the past. But I love that. I feel like here, you're really changing your approach to relationship, for sure. But those of you, if you happen to be single, you're going to be doing a lot of work on yourself with the Lover's energy. Those of you who are in a relationship, though, it does indicate working on the relationship, recognizing that the way things have been, it's not perfect. Things need to be worked on. But it's recognition that perfect doesn't exist. It's like, that's like for fairy tales, and movies. But, Archangel Raphael has you back if you guys together decide that you really want to work something out. This is a really nice energy. But I feel like for some of you, that you're going to feel a little challenged in doing some work on yourself. Some of you may be, first of all, way focused on work right now. Way focused on work. Some of you may be experiencing some sort of financial setback that's impacting your ability to be in a relationship in the way that you like, or normally are, or something like that. For some of you, you're going to resonate with it like that. Others of you, you might be having a really hard time just kind of meeting a healthy connection after doing a lot of solid work on yourself. Some of you could be in that space where you feel like really ready for it, but you can't really find anybody who fits the bill. That could be kind of frustrating. Or you feel like, you may be having a hard time completing or how do I want to say this? Some of you may be experiencing a point where you feel like you've reached a ceiling and being able to work on yourself to the point that it's like you may feel like you still need more work on yourself, but you can't quite see yourself forward in that. So maybe a good time to either maybe do some work with a therapist or, any kind of, be a good energy to really understand your birth chart well, to understand your blocks for sure. Or any sort of self-help book, anything like that, whatever resonates with you. And we have the near future energy, 4 of Cups. So restless. Yeah, restless, feeling sort of disillusioned, wondering if you're ever really going to meet the right one. If you guys are not in something that's like very committed, if you're in something committed, this is you feeling very restless in the relationship. There is a need to heal past unhealed issues here, for sure, right? But there is this element of boredom. Like you're bored is such a horrible word, right? You're underwhelmed. You're underwhelmed in the relationship right now. You're definitely feeling the lack. And that's hard for Leo, as I always say, because it's very important to Leo energies to be really good friends with their partner. It's not enough to just have this like person who's there. That's just never really good enough for a Leo. Leo's really, it's one sign, they want to be like BFFs, right? With their partner, ideally. That's what they look for. You guys are all about having a good time, and you want to be able to have a partner in crime when you have a good time. That's really what you want, right? And it's so if you're with somebody who you feel like you guys don't really have a lot in common in many ways, right? As the relationship progresses, or you just enjoy doing very different things, that can end up being challenging in a relationship, Again, general archetype energy. I don't know what else is in your chart. And then we have the 2 of Swords energy is the final outcome. Stalemate. Emotional stalemate. You need to make a decision. You on the one hand, you want to protect yourself, right? So you don't want to deal with this particular situation, but that particular situation is not going away. So you have to resolve it. Better to resolve it now. Stand your ground, say what you think, what you feel, whatever. But a decision about the future is absolutely needed here. Like you can't kick the bucket down the road any longer. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. But let's see what's going on with them. Page of Wands in reverse. Ace of Swords. Okay, well, Leo, they're feeling very positive coming into this energy. And they're feeling you right now. Okay, let's see what we have. I mean, this is them coming into this energy. This is nice, feeling like just love, love and just good, beautiful connection, beautiful connection. Maybe some of you even met somebody on vacation, if you're actually vacationing, but that could indicate that as well. And then we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Page of Wands in reverse is kind of being a little immature here. So you can be dealing with somebody who, kind of wants what they want when they want it, how they want it, all of that. Now, some of you may be dealing with, though, if you have children, there might be some sort of issue going on with one of your children as well. Okay, I do have to say that for some of you, but otherwise, this could indicate the person that you're dealing with some sort of immaturity. And then we have this working with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, which is about them having just poor judgment right now, some sort of mental block. There's some sort of stress that's going on here, and they're not being totally honest about a situation. I'm not saying that they're anything maniacal is going on with that, like, what can I do to, like, mess Leo up or anything like that. I'm not suggesting that. But they might not even be fully honest with themselves right now at this point, really. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse as the crowning energy, which indicates a delay and rejection, false start. Some sort of false start. So maybe you guys were in this really good space, but then things kind of went to hell in a handbasket pretty quickly, or realization started to happen. Maybe you started to realize, like, you just wanted something different. Remember with that Tower energy and the space of you, where you were realizing you want to do relationship differently. You want different. We have the Knight of Cups as the foundation energy here. This is a proposal coming in. So very emotional time within an existing relationship. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who, I just feel like they want something to work with you. This is about them being very open to real love. It does seem like they're in that space, like they're open to it, but it's like they can't see out of their own way. They can't get out of their own way here. Just the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. With the Page of Wands in reverse, there's immaturity and there's blocks, and they just can't see. It's almost like they have some sort of false narrative running in their mind about relationship in general. Because look at them now, they're the Three of Cups. This is like a very celebratory vibe, very supportive, good energy for a relationship. This is a great energy for, like, healing a relationship. That's what they're at. They're at that. Meanwhile, look at this. We have for the external energy to them that's impacting them is the Chariot energy. And that's what we got for your foundation on yours. So let's just see what we have coming out for you. Again, let's just pull two. Justice in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse. So Two of Cups in reverse is about breakup and a separation. Argument. Doesn't have to be total breakup, but it could be at least a big argument. And when we have Justice reverse, this is about dishonesty, unfairness, feeling like things are just really unfair. So I feel like from your point, you feel like things are unfair and they don't see it. Oh my gosh, look at this. We got the Lover's energy as their challenge, as their block. So to get the Lovers in the block indicates that it's like they're not able to come to full-blown commitment of the fact that there are issues that really need addressing equally. I feel like, in a way, they're very willing to work something out as long as there's an understanding that the problems are all you, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah. This is a challenge. Now, I do also want to say, though, that the Lover's energy in the challenge position can also indicate either a breakup, a divorce, discord, bad choices, arguments, anything like that. And this is a block for them. Like, they don't want that. I don't feel like they want that. But it's like they can't get out of their own way, but they're going to feel, look at the Ace of Cups in the near future, being let down. They're going to feel really depressed. They're going to feel very disappointed. And then we have the Fool energy. The Fool is all about a new approach. Now, this could be a new relationship. This could be, a new start or approach within your relationship, doing things differently than before, trying to go with the flow. But I feel like, let's just see this. We have the Death card. It's in reverse. This is about stagnation. And feeling the sense of inertia. And it's kind of like the hope destroyed kind of energy, and just feeling really stuck, like not knowing, wanting this new path, but not knowing how to do it. And then we have the Hermit. So this is a problem-solving energy. And the thing is, this is an understanding here that something, the way it's been working up to this point, hasn't been working. And this is about going within for clarity and self-reflection. Something I feel like they have a very hard time with. I feel like you're dealing with an energy who has a hard time looking at themselves. I really do. This is what I feel here. That's what I'm getting. You do have that Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius in your 7th house of partnership. So those deep soul connections, and also Neptune and Pisces in the 8th, that's another partner house, right? How we show up as how we share communication, how we share intimacy, how we share finances and things that of value to us, right? So we have that Neptune is all about confusion. So there's a lot of confusion, not being able to see, how do I feel about this, right? Really, and I feel like, Leo, you're very confused, I feel like, about partnership right now, because you're in this space of transition. Exchanging gifts is necessary, right? These are advice cards. Clean it up. So funny thing about the clean it up card, though, you can only clean up your own stuff. You can't clean up somebody else's stuff, right? So if you're dealing with somebody who can't get out of their own way, right, which is kind of what we were saying before here, I mean, you can't mitigate that. You can't mitigate that. But exchanging gifts is really about telling each other what it is that you want, need, and desire. But understanding that you can't change them. You simply don't have the power to do that. The fact that the Chariot came up in each reading, and it's this idea, which is very interesting, because I see you going back to the past, or going back to, I don't know if you're thinking about reconnecting with somebody or a different energy. And in here, it's like this idea of, this breakup, separation, argument, disagreement. So I don't know if there's another energy here or what the story is. But anyway, my friends, that is what I have for you for this first week of April. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.